C2C Stamping. I'm Melissa Thomas, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and sorry I wasn't live last week. We have taken on a role with the PTSA, the Parent Teacher Student Association at the high school, the new president, and last week was freshman orientation on Wednesday. So we were there talking to freshman parents and helping them, get through that. So I'm here this week and I've got a bunch of really great projects for you. This is my monthly class and I'm excited to play a little bit with the Coneflowers. So Coneflower Celebration, it was on back order because of the dies, but I'm 90% sure the dies are back in stock. So that's great. And I'm coming to you a little earlier tonight because it's our daughter's first day of school back, and I want to make sure that I get to hear all about it tonight. So let's make some fun cards. I'm going to show you a card I did as inspiration. I think I did this card with you earlier in the summer, but this one uses the pressed flowers embossing folder and has a little, I just love this die. It makes the cards really interactive and I just think it's really fun. So we're gonna make some more. That's just card number 1. Let's get in here. And I'm gonna show you a few things I really like about this set and a few things that I think maybe are a little bit trickier. So let me rotate a few things here and figure this out. Okay, we're gonna use the embossed note cards. They are 10 of them. There's 5 stripe and 5 with the polka dots on them. They're really, really nice. And got a bucket full of things here. All right, so we're gonna do happy belated birthday because, sometimes you don't get the card out in time, and that's okay. And then I'm gonna do the I love that I've known you. I'm gonna do I'm so sorry I missed your special day. Let's extend the celebration. So let's do that one. I think that will fit in with what we're doing. Okay. Couple of blocks I need for this. Let's see. All right, we're gonna stamp the sentiment in Secret C, which is like, I don't know, my new favorite black. It's not black, but it's like a very, 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 very deep, dark blue. And we do have thunder and lightning going on right now, which is weird. If I lose you at some point, just know it's okay. And then I've gone ahead and die cut these 2 pieces in strawberry slush. So one of the detailed and then one of the kind of flap ones. This die or this stamp only lines up with one side. So you just need to kind of figure out which side that is. We're gonna do a little tone on tone stamping with strawberry slush. And when you're die cutting with this, if you don't get a packet from me, as you pull this away from here, so one thing I'll recommend is maybe to use some die cut, some wax paper. It kind of coats the die and it makes the paper release. And then when you're getting this one to come out, I recommend you pull it this way. I tried like popping one of these and pulling it this way and I ripped it off. So just, use the bigger piece to kind of gently rotate that. Okay. So we've got that, great, and we're gonna stamp this sentiment on the inside. So we could glue this shut or whatever, or not stamp on the inside here, but I think that's crazy because that's the whole fun of this set, is to use this piece that pops open. So we're going to add a little bit of glue, and I'm going to put some glue here. I like these guys to be loose, so I don't want them glued down. And we'll we'll just glue that there, and then we're gonna put a little bit of glue. And I've die cut this in pecan pie. So we're gonna play with some of the colors for the coneflowers. Some of these might be kind of non-traditional colors, but hopefully you like them and you still think they're fun. Okay. And then we're gonna use Shy Shamrock as our leaf, and we're gonna stamp some details on here. I'll find out where I put the stamps eventually, right? I keep looking in there, like they're in there. All right. So the leaves are in my kit are pre-die cut because I wanted you to be able to, you know, have access. And if you didn't have the stamp set, it was okay. So you'll just need to make sure you know how to line these guys up. So I'm gonna do one on this side, and wildly I'm gonna stamp one on that side. And then I need another long one for this. This is a bit overkill for this, but it'll be fine, right? All right, so we're gonna stamp this. Now, normally I would recommend stamping before you die cut, but when I mail these to you, I like to die cut it for you because in case you don't have it, you could actually put this whole flower together and not do any of the stamping, and it would still look really good. So we're gonna give a shot and see if we can line this up. Oh, that looked pretty good. Not bad, not bad at all. All right, and then we're gonna stamp these leaves. I do like that there's two different leaves and they're two different shapes, so you can actually run them through at the same time, so it's pretty efficient. Okay, so now we're just gonna assemble. And because this is bumpy, I'm probably gonna use wet glue for mine. I'm gonna put down, I might, thinking. All right, so I think I'm gonna put one leaf here. Oh, got some glue on my work surface. I'll go up a little bit for this one, just a little bit. And then hopefully we'll be able to get this guy to kind of meet in the middle. And then we're gonna put this on the front. Just make sure you only glue the, the back of this panel, not the front one, so you can still open it. Perfect. And then we're gonna get some dimensionals. And we're gonna use some of the new In Color pearls, the flat pearls. I think these are really, really pretty and easy to use, and I don't know, they're just really nice. And we're gonna add a little bow, little linen thread bow. So I usually just double it, and then I'll make a bow, tiny bow, with linen thread or any of the twines. Just make it really loose at first and kind of get everything adjusted and rotated the way that you want it before you tighten it up. And then once you tighten it, now you're kind of set. I don't know where. So I have the cap to my scissors, but I don't have my scissors. I know someone borrowed them. All right. pair of scissors, no big deal. And I do leave my twine on the, and ribbon when I'm tying bows. I leave it on the roll so that it's easier for me to not waste as much, you know, when I'm tying bows and stuff. All right, so now we just need a little glue dot. And I just put my bow on the glue dot and then I pick the whole set up, and that kind of helps me kind of roll and hide the bow behind there. Okay, that's a super cute card, and whoever gets it is going to be really, really happy. So one of the things I like about these note cards is that they're actually taller than our standard note card size in the US, which is kind of nice because in order to fit the whole coneflower and kind of like make it nice and tall, you have to have a little bit more room. So I really like that these guys are taller. I think they're really nice. They're the same width as our other card bases, and they include envelopes. So if you got the kit this month, you got a set of the envelopes as well. And they're also embossed on the flap. So just a really nice finished card. We could have stamped the sentiment on the inside. This is meant to be like inside outside sentiments, but I like to leave the inside blank. So and I think most people like that. They want to write their own, you know, message on the inside. Okay, let's work on the next one. So the next one is, we're going to do some more traditional colors. So yellows, and we've got garden green, and we've actually got darling duckling and lemon lolly, which is fun. And we're going to add a little bit of Cajun craze to here, and I'm going to show you that. Let me grab that. And I've got my sponge daubers. All right. So we're just going to lightly add a little bit of Cajun craze. And I'm going to start here because I have this is early espresso. So like if this is too dark, you know, it's okay. It's all going to be covered anyway, right? So we're just going to add a little bit of color. Good. And then I'm just going to kind of hold that up and make sure that that's enough color. And if I think maybe that an edge might be showing, sometimes I don't know how well, like I feel like a little bit of yellow kind of peeks through there, but that's cute. We could go a little heavier if we wanted to. Nice. Okay. So we've added a little bit of color to that. And then we're going to stamp the It's Your Day on the outside on our little label that maybe I misplaced somewhere. Uh-oh. There's a lot of little pieces on here, so I feel like this isn't the right one. Okay, maybe this is the right one. Yeah, because it's a long, skinny one. Okay. So, celebrating you, and it's your day. And we'll take a couple of other ones off of blocks. I'm notorious for this, for using this. I think I'm gonna stamp in, again in, maybe not. Maybe I'll stamp in early espresso just because it matches the dark piece. There, okay. Stamp in early espresso. All right, so Celebrating You is gonna go on here. What I like about Celebrating You is it could be for a wedding, it could be for graduation, birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, right? Like this gives you a lot of flexibility in what you're celebrating with this. So I do like that we can use this for lots of different occasions. All right, and then the other piece that we're going to use for this one, there's a detail leaf for this one. So we're actually going to match these up and we're going to glue them together. Yeah, make sure I have them matched up before I try to glue them. And I'm going to add, you're going to see, you really don't need a lot of glue in order to glue things together. Some people use way too much adhesive. That is the most minute of adhesives, but that is really all you need to glue these two pieces together. So we'll line them up and we'll make sure that they're good to go. A little bit of pressing. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one. So when people are like, oh, it's so hard to glue, or I need the fine tip glue pen, I'm like, you don't really. This doesn't require a lot of glue, and you can do a really, really fine amount of glue with the Tombow with the green glue, especially if it isn't super full. I will say, like when it's originally full, it is quite gluey. But all right, we're just gonna match that up, press that together, and we're gonna get one of our striped card bases. That is an envelope. Let's see. My whole pile over here. So we're going to use the stripes on this one, so hopefully you can see those. I know sometimes it's hard to see that when you're like on the camera. So, and then I'm going to use my bone folder on the back just to kind of flatten the card out a little. These are really quality note cards, but they're pretty thick, and so you really do need to kind of. All right, so let's go ahead and assemble our fun flower here. So we're just gonna put some glue. We're gonna layer this on top. And then we're gonna put some glue here. And we're gonna glue this on top. And just making sure we can't see too much of what's underneath it. Nice. Okay, so that gives us some real dimension and variety. And then we're going to glue the stem down. Now, one of the things I can do that might be nice on this one, there's a stamp in here that has like sprinkles. I don't know what to call them. Sprinkles. So let me get a thing out for that, and let's stamp some of that. It'll add a little visual interest to everything. And we'll just stamp it in brown in the early espresso. And we'll just stamp randomly. And I like to kind of rotate when I'm doing this so that it really is random. And it doesn't feel like, there's a specific pattern. And it kind of depends on how much you want. I actually think I'm okay with that. I don't think I'm going to do any more. And then we can add our leaves. All right, and so let's do one leaf here. And what's cool is you can kind of do these leaves in different directions so that they look different as well. So what you might think is the bottom or the top, you can kind of alternate them. I like that. And then we're gonna glue this guy down. So when I was prepping for this packet, I was looking at lots of different, inspiration pieces. And I found over 100 great ideas for Coneflower celebrations on Pinterest alone, which is just wild to me. And so I would highly encourage you, if you have this set, to go and check out the internet, because there's quite a bit of great stuff out there for this set. And it's inspired a lot of people. No wonder it was sold out, it's got there's a lot of really cute ideas. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a bow over here. I kind of wish I hadn't put that right under there, but that's fine. No big deal. We'll figure it out. All right, and then got it. We'll find our twine. But super cute card. And we can have a cute linen thread bow over here. All right, so if you have this set, let me know. I'd love to know if you have the Coneflower set. I've really been enjoying it, and I think it's got some great sentiments, and I think it's I like the fonts. I don't know, it's just a sweet set. All right, we'll get a glue dot. There we go. Super cute. So just adding a little bit of that background splotching really does, kind of zhuzh it up. So really like that one a lot. All right, we're gonna make two more. We're gonna make one that's more like a daisy. So it has lots of white on it. I am missing one of those little pieces. I knew it. I was like, wow, let me steal that from another one. All right. No big deal. All right. So this one is just going to have two of the detailed pieces put together, and I might end up putting them back to back just to give a little more. It's going to give more volume, and it's also going to give kind of a little more variety. If I put them right on top of each other, we're going to see that we have two of the same thing. So we're probably going to do that. And then we're using some cloud cover. And if you're wondering about these shape dies, they are from the Textured Notes, which is a really fun shape set of dies, and I've used them a lot in other classes as well, but it's nice. There's a lot of detail. This is also one that you can run through with some wax paper, and it'll help to release the pieces a little bit better. So okay, so we're going to work on putting this one together. I'm going to put glue here, and then that's weird. I'm missing quite a few pieces from this one. I will have to, I'm gonna check my other packet because I had a yellow piece for the middle. Very strange. All right. Oh, there it is. Okay. Thought I was losing my mind. Okay. All right. So we've got that. And then we're gonna put a little bit of glue here and put the yellow here. And again, I like to kind of hold it up and make sure I can't see. It's just really tight left and right. So we're going to do the same thing with the leaves. We're gonna match them up and glue them down. So again, not a ton of glue that's needed, right? We're just gonna add a little bit of glue here and there. So pound for pound, Tombow is one of our stronger glue choices because you don't need a lot, and a little goes a long way. But I do like to kind of hold the pieces together while they're drying, or hold them down. You might see me kind of holding it so that it doesn't move or slide. I like the slide and the move. It's good when you want to fix something, but when you want your project to actually hold still, you just need to kind of press it down. Okay, so let's we're putting these guys together. That does not go that way. All right, here we go. Okay. So now we're going to get our card base, and we're going to use another one of the little polka dot ones. I actually think they look like golf balls. But who am I? That's crazy. All right, so cloud cover is going to kind of set the whole thing off, which is really nice. And we're going to layer this down flat. So I'm going to put this on first. And I'm going to make sure that I've got it nice and hopefully square and centered, left and right, top and bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the flower. I'm going to do this. So we'll do the stem first. And I want it hanging off a little bit, so right about there. The nice thing is that you can hide some of the stem behind here, right? So if you wanted this up, you can go up. If you want it down, right, you have a choice. So, and I'm gonna have this pop up as well. So I'm actually gonna put this on some dimensionals. I'm just gonna put 2 dimensionals behind there, so not behind the petals. And then what that'll do is it'll help to kind of create that, you know, kind of fluffy, it gives it height, right? So it has room to be fluffy. And then we're gonna add these guys with some dimensionals too. I'm gonna do one going like this, and I'm gonna do another kind of here. And then I'm actually gonna add a bow to kind of cover that seam. It won't cover it, but it'll be, you know. And then we're gonna use another sentiment, the You Made My Day sentiment. I think we're gonna end up using almost every single one, which is really great. Let's find a smaller one to stamp that with. All right, and I think we're gonna stamp this in Secret Sea again, because that's that nice kind of dark blue, black. And this is Darling Duckling, and this is Cloud Cover and Secret Sea. They're all the new in colors, and right now the in colors are all on sale. Every single product that has an in color in it, so designer series paper, whatever, it's all on sale right now, and they're like, I don't know, 100 items or something on sale. Things that you wouldn't even think of. We've never done a sale based on color. So I thought this was really interesting. And so I picked up like some of the brand new kits that just came out, the paper pumpkin refills. A lot of things have the new in colors in them. So, all right, I'm actually gonna cover up the base of those guys with this. Ooh, yeah, I like that. Okay, great. And then we're gonna add some cloud cover and Darling Duckling dots to this because why not? It's super fun. And it's such a fun card. All right, and then we'll do a little bow. What a nice thank you card to give somebody. All right, so make sure you're gonna tell me if you have the Coneflowers set. And if you don't, and you're thinking about getting it, I'd love to know that too. And I think I have one extra packet from my monthly class. So if you're interested and you want to get a packet, let me know. And I'm happy to send you a packet because you might want to make these cards because they're just so cute. Cute. Okay. Very nice. You made my day. So cute. All right, last card, and we're gonna do a couple of different techniques and pieces for this one. So I wanted to show you, these are the pieces of wax paper that come out when you do it. Sometimes you have to pop them out, but I also thought they were kind of cool, and I was like tempted to use them as like a layering piece on a few things. So I don't know. All right, so this one, we're going to do a little watercoloring. And I'm gonna get my black ink out. And we're gonna do a little like it's almost monochromatic. It's not quite monochromatic, but it's really close. So let me go ahead and need to clean a few things. I think the Celebrating You we're gonna use. And then we are gonna use these guys. I don't normally clean a lot when I'm on camera with you guys, but this time I've got to do some cleaning before we move forward with the next piece. Okay, so on here we're gonna stamp in Secret C, and we're also going to stamp I was trying to remember, stamp the petals. Okay, yeah, okay, sorry, trying to get myself organized. All right, Secret C, here we go. We're not gonna use black, we're gonna use more Secret C. We love Secret C. All right, let me line this up, make sure I've got the right one. So this is just half of one. So we just cut it in half. This one isn't gonna open, and that's okay. So we're gonna stamp this in Secret C, and because we do need it to line up pretty well. We don't have anything to cover the middle on this one. All right. And then all right, I'm going to see if I can get enough color to pull down. I don't think so. So I'm going to use the soft seafoam blend markers to kind of add a little bit of color here. Soft seafoam is a really light color. That was the light one. I might come in and add a little bit of the darker one in these under petals just to add a little bit of like, you know, variety and variance here, and then I'll add a little bit of soft seafoam here. If this is annoying to you or you think that this looks too off, you can come in, and I did this on another one, and you can just come and cut it a little bit closer. Like if that's frustrating to you because you stamped too far down. For some reason, I tend to stamp too far down on this one, and I don't know why. But okay, so we've just added a little bit of the soft seafoam here. We're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna stamp this in Secret Sea, and then we're gonna add a little bit of the seafoam. So lots of sea going on here, but try to line that up well. All right, and then we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna stamp this as well. And get this to line up. Hopefully. Well, yeah. And then the only other thing is we need to stamp the sentiment, and I think we're doing the celebrating you, although I think I'm gonna do you made my day. Only because I feel like it's gonna probably look a little more like a thank you card. All right, perfect. We're gonna add some of the blends here. So I'm just gonna do kind of the dark on the veining. So you'll see, I just kind of add a little bit of dark, and I'm gonna add a little bit of dark maybe here. And then I'm gonna come back with the light. And we're gonna add some light. Now I'm not gonna color it all. I'm actually gonna leave some gaps, kind of like I did on the flowers too, only because I want this to look really watercolory. This color is so light, it's actually almost impossible for the camera to pick up, but you get the idea. And then I'm gonna take, you can do this with the blend marker, or you can do it with the regular our Stampin' Write markers. So I'm gonna show you how to flick some ink on here. I'm gonna kind of move some other things out of the way. But you can take this and you can work on flicking ink onto your project. Now, these speckles are gonna be way finer than the ones that we got from stamping. So, you know, you could kind of go over them, or you can add more, but you're gonna see there's a really light speckle on here, and it just gives it a nice kind of textury look. Okay, so then we're just going to work on gluing all these pieces down. I think I'm gonna hide the leaves, kind of like I did that first time. So we're gonna glue the leaves first. I had my glue. I didn't close it and stick it right upside down, so it was kind of acting funny. All right, so we're gonna kind of angle this a little different this time. We're gonna come here and here, and then we're gonna kind of scoop this up. So we'll get this. So hopefully now that I'm putting it on a white background, you can see the soft seafoam color on here. But it's just, you know, the faintest color. It's not a ton. And then we're gonna add the flower, and I'm actually gonna add it with a couple of dimensionals, because we can actually dimensional the whole thing. The good thing with dimensionals is, like, if you don't press too hard, you can actually kind of bring it down still, which is good. All right, cute. And then we're gonna add this on with some dimensionals. And because there's so much Secret C on here, we can add some Secret C flat pearls, which I love. And we're gonna add a little bit of a twine bow. So, and I'll probably put it where the leaves come to the actual base here. So, all right, well, that's Coneflower Celebrations. It's a great set. I hope you enjoy it. If you would like a packet from me and you didn't get one, let me know. And if I still have one, I'm happy to get you one. And I hope that you enjoyed learning with me today. This set is really fun, but it's got, it's got a couple of little quirks and tricks, of course. But I have really enjoyed playing with it. And my next step, I saw a lot of really cute samples with designer series paper. So I really, really, really want to make a couple on designer series paper. So hope you enjoy that. I've got all of them here so you can see all of the cards. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So super cute. Hopefully I can get them all in the shot. I don't know if I can actually. Well, let's see. Maybe I can go this way. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. All right. I hope that everything is going well and that you're having a great end of summer back to school season. It is back to school here. Today was the first day back. But I hope that you all are having a great end of year, end of summer, beginning of school year. And thank you so much for continuing. If you're not getting updates on these videos, make sure that you not only hit the subscribe button, but you can also hit the bell. And when you hit the bell, then you'll be notified when I go live. And so that would be even more amazing to have you with me live. So thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate you. And I hope that you enjoyed these cards, and you'll see more from us soon. I do have my Merry Makers Christmas card suite coming. That Christmas card class is in 2 weeks. So if you're interested in Merry Makers, we would love to have you join us. You can do that class either in person or remote. And thanks so much for joining me. Bye, y'all. See you later.